Hello everyone, welcome to the business model canvas case study. In this video, business model canvas of Netflix and see how a digital platform it can create value and sustains its businesses through a strong and evolving business model. So I have chosen Netflix because most of us already know the platform. So it becomes easier to understand how the different parts of a business model work together. We will go through the 9 sections of the business model Canva one by one, which is otherwise called as BMC video. So let us start with the customer segments. So when we talk about Netflix, the main customers are the people who are looking for the entertainment that they can watch whenever they want. It can be students, working professionals, families, or anyone who enjoys movies, series, documentaries, and any other content. The interesting part is that Netflix is not serving only one particular group or age or one particular location. It has customers wide across the different countries. The content is also different for each audience. So now let us look at the value proportion. Why would someone actually pay for Netflix? The first thing is convenience. So we don't have to wait for a particular program to come on television. We can simply open Netflix, search for something we want to watch, and start watching it. And another important point is that a variety of content. There are movies, we have series, we have documentaries, we have children's programs, and we have Netflix owns original content itself. So also, Netflix it tries to understand what we like watching and gives us a recommendation is based on our viewing habits, unlike other tube like YouTube. So the value is basically convenience, variety, easy access, and the personalized recommendations. So the next would be the customer relationship. Netflix does not have a salesperson sitting and talking to every customer. Most of the relationship it happens through the application itself. The recommendations we see, our watch list, viewing history, profiles, and notifications are all the part of the customer experience. For example, when Netflix recommends a series because we watched something similar earlier, this is also a way of maintaining the relationship with the customer. Let's move to channels now. This one is quite simple. So, Netflix actually reaches its customers mainly through its websites and applications. We can access it through a mobile phone, laptop, tablet, smart TV, and other supporter devices. So, Netflix it doesn't need a physical store for us to access its service. The digital platform itself is the major channel. And so the next point of BMC would be the key activities. What does Netflix actually do behind the scenes? One major activity is content. And Netflix, it needs to continuously acquire content and also produce its own movies and series. And another important activity is maintaining the streaming platform, which is very important. The company has to make sure that the users can search, watch, and discover the content without any major difficulties. It can also use data to understand what people are watching and what kind of content they may be interested in. So next we look at on to key resources. The first thing that come to our mind is content, but content is not the only resource. Netflix it also depend on its technology platform, customer data, recommendation, branding, relationship with content creators and production companies. So all these resources together it helps the Netflix deliver its services. Now who are their key partners? Netflix it cannot create everything completely on its own. It works with production houses, filmmakers, actors, content creators, studios, and technology partners. And these partnerships it help us at Netflix acquire and create content and deliver it to its customers. For example, when Netflix works with a production company to create or distribute a particular series, that relationship becomes a part of the business ecosystem. Now let's look at the cost structure. What are the major expenses for the Netflix you think? Content is obviously one of the biggest cost, but the producing original movies and series requires a lot of investment. Netflix it also spends money on technology, infrastructure, employees, marketing, and maintaining its platform. So running a global streaming platform involves much more than simply putting videos online. And finally, we have these revenue streams. This is where we ask a very simple question: how does Netflix make money? The main answer is through obviously subscriptions. So customers pay for a Netflix plan and they get the access to the available content based on that plan. It has a different plans and offerings depending on the market. So the subscription model, it gives Netflix recurring the revenue from its customers itself. So now if you put all the nine sections together, we can see how they get connected. The Netflix that identify people who want convenient entertainment. It creates value through content, convenience, and personalization. It reaches the customers through digital platforms and different devices. It maintains the relationship through the user experience and recommendations as well. Its major resources are content, technology, data, and its brand. So its activities include creating and acquiring content and maintaining the platform. So it works with the content creators, studios, and technology partners. Its major costs come from content, technology, and operations. And finally, it earns revenue mainly through subscriptions. So, one thing I find interesting about Netflix is that the business model has changed over time. It started with DVD rentals and later moved towards streaming the original content. And this shows us that the business model is not something that has to remain the same forever. Customer expectations, technology, and competition change. It is changing the way they create and deliver the value. So when you study a business model Canva, don't just try to memorize the nine boxes. You try to understand the connection between them, like who are the customers, what problems are they solving, and what value are they giving. And I really hope this video has given you an understanding of what really the BMC is and exactly what the BMC often topmost entertainment company Netflix is. And I would thank you all of you for watching and listening to my video. And I'll be meet you in the next video with another BMC of another company. Thank you.